This was my first day. I did cheat and used lines to like kind of get things in the right place. Hello, I'm Amelia. I do books, I do music, but I don't draw. I love looking at art, and especially character art, and I've always envied people who can draw. So with that in mind, and since I really enjoy learning new skills, I thought it might be fun to see how much I can learn to draw in just a month. And with my strong feelings on covers, why not take some steps towards being able to draw my own? And also, to prove that drawing is still a skill worth learning. I'll round it down to 30 days, both for simplicity and because it seems to be a thing on here, so let's follow the crowd, or something. I have decided to follow this video. It's very general and I think that's what I need. My drawing skills are severely lacking, and my plan is to use the video assignments as a sort of warm-up, getting some good habits into this skill because I suck at warming up in anything else. But if I only do the assignment, that's also okay. I don't believe I will reach the heights of some of the amazing artists I follow online, but if I can get better than I currently am, I will feel like I've won this. Day 1 started out in a complete mess. I had an idea to follow another video as well these 30 days, but I realized that would be taking way too much water over my head. So instead I aimed to just take my time to draw this one I already started, but after a few days I felt like I stood still more than improved by working on the same thing in a really slow tempo. On day 3 I started doing 3 to 4 rough sketches from references instead, spending about 10 minutes on each, and it felt like it was a better approach. I still did the video things though. I stuck with them for the whole period. Day 1 was just draw a sphere, and for the first day it was... This is kind of a decent result, I think, but it was way harder than I thought it would be. I wouldn't say that I'm usually drawing, but I have used my drawing tablet a few times, so I think I had that advantage, but it was still so fucking hard. Day 2 was just like draw 2 spheres, one in front of the other. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but for the second day, I think I did okay. I also drew some lines and some other things for fun. Day 3, this was my first dance with perspective, and we're still not friends. Let's just keep it at that. We're still not friends. Day 4 was the first one I actually thought was kind of decent. Especially at the time, I really liked it. Day 5 was also shadows. They're probably not very accurate, but like if you look at them up here, it looks like at a distance, it looks kind of okay, I think. And this was also, I think spheres are a lot harder than cylinders. But yeah, this was a lot easier than the spheres. Day 7 was just making 3D shapes out of weird 2D shapes. Honestly, I had no idea what I was doing. This day was just, I had no idea what I was doing with this assignment. I just drew some random shapes and tried to give them volume. Day 7 was cubes, and that was the first week. Cubes are hard and easy at the same time. They're more simple than spheres. My god, I will hate spheres now. I think both cylinders, cubes, and spheres they're simple and hard at the same time. especially like just at a glance, you would think you would think spheres are super easy to draw. It's just circle and a little curve in them. But circles are hard. It's a lot easier when you have like straight lines. At least I think it's a lot easier. In the second week, we just drew cubes and then back to cylinders, kind of. Eyeballs. I mean, you can kind of see what they are. You get the idea of them. And day 9 was just a stack. Don't ask me what's going on over here, because it's a wobbly cylinder. That's all I can say about that one. Then we just cut everything in half, and I mean, my cylinder looks kind of okay. My cube also looks like they all look kind of wonky, but the sphere, I don't know. Moving on. Then we made rows. Like on day 3 we made 1 row, and on day 11 we made 2 rows. And no, I don't like either of them. But then we went on to bent cylinders, which was kind of fun. A bit like hard to get a grasp on, but also a lot easier than some future things. Then we have some twisted and curved. Is it a cube if it's not like a rectangle, or if it's not like even sides? Boxes. Let's just say boxes. And these were also like kind of hard. And can we just ignore that my lines are all over the place? Here we cut things in half. And I hate cylinders now. Okay, we're moving on. Week 3 started with making a structure out of simple shapes molded together, kind of. And it was fun. At least it was fun. Then we made bowls out of the 3 different shapes we've been working with, and it was fun. They're not perfect, but I'm still learning. And then we made a bunch of like thin cylinders held together, and this looks like a mess. I don't know, day 17 looked like a mess. Day 18 was also kind of fun, messy. Like I mentioned, I wanted these to be like warm-ups, so I kind of I did the assignment, but no, I didn't focus on perfecting it. I focused more on like learning the things behind it and around it. Day 19 was another one of the like put things together and make shapes, and I think this looks a lot better than this one did. A lot better. And then we made a cup, and I didn't do it on day 20, but I did like play around with it more. So I drew a person sitting on the marshmallow. This was my partner's idea, but it was fun. And then we made perspective. Let's just not stick around on the perspectives. Not this one either. Here we made a street. This was kind of fun. Easier, kind of. It was just a lot of straight lines. I also learned the shift making straight lines hack. Oh, and also press somewhere, shift, and press again. It made things a whole lot easier. Here's a little chest in 2-point perspective, which is something I hadn't even heard about before. Now, 1-point perspective, like the idea, we went through in school. Middle school, maybe. But 2-point, never. Though, to be honest, the only thing I remember from our art classes was we were to develop a product and make a box for it and things. That's the only assignment I remember. More 2-point perspective. So this is a house, and here I had started making these alongside my partner, who actually can draw. So we kind of just made fun things. And I wanted to put something in the little shop window, so I ended up just making mushrooms. I don't know. Day 26 was... This is like the first one I can look back on and be like, yeah, I like this one. I mean, it's been a while now since I drew these. Pretty much a month. And, you know, the dice is a bit wonky, but, you know, the hand looks like a hand. And this was just to use your own hand as reference, and it was supposed to just be a simple hand made out of cylinders, but kind of adjusted it. So this is the assignment, and the rest was just playing around. And I do feel like making it fun helped me improve more. Does that make sense? Okay, then we had the maze, some more perspective things. Let's just not stick around for too long. Okay, okay. So we're moving on. Oh, we're getting to the last days. Okay, this was just make a box and turn it around. Here I also did play around with some things. This is the one I like the most, actually. Damn, it was another hand. Hands are fun. Hands are absolutely hard, and like hands are weird. But it's kind of fun. Those were the most fun things. This was also just make a hand holding a cylinder. And then we're on to the last one, which was a skull. The flower was not part of the assignment, but you know, by this time we were making them side by side, and we both played around with them. During the second week, I tried to redraw this image from the anime Shirobako. I also started drawing some of my own characters to keep it fun. And while it's not perfect, I did reach a finish line that kind of marked my current level. And you know, it's not perfect, but I kind of like it. On the third week, I started doing some actual anatomy studies for heads. Mainly heads. And I think that before this, I didn't even know where to begin with them. So while I believe it's a valuable practice, I would say that some baseline skills are needed before attempting it. I also started drawing this in the fourth week. It's far from perfect, but I do believe it's a big step from the beginning of this adventure. I'm also quite happy with how some of the assignments of the last days turned out. I mean, if anyone had said to me a month ago that I would be the one who drew these, I wouldn't have believed them. During this month, I've tried a lot of different things and watched a whole lot of art videos. I do believe I've gotten to a level where I might be able to do the 30-day character challenge I wanted to do the first day, but I will need a few days to focus on book release and a bit of other things before that. But for the first time, I feel like I can actually really enjoy drawing. Don't get me wrong, I've always kind of liked drawing, but being bad at it and not even knowing where to begin to learn was really demotivating for me for the longest time, and therefore I never really got good at it, and not even seeing improvements made it really hard to enjoy the process. I do believe the way I look at things was the biggest change for me, like breaking things down into smaller and simpler forms, shapes, and parts really was a game changer for me, as well as perspective, but I still struggle. So, on one of the days, me and my partner decided to have a competition to see who could draw something in 20 minutes, like draw a person kind of thing. I would consider myself the loser of that competition, but it kind of looks like something. But like, look at these arms. They're so so tiny. I still have a long way to go before I would consider myself an artist, but I can actually imagine myself making something that I can stand behind someday, and I've never been able to do that before. Thank you so much for watching, have a great adventure, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!